Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Angel Martinez, and let's queer up trans rights. Rowling calls out for photos in women's restrooms. The LGBTQ plus community warns of dangerous fallout. In a disturbing escalation of her anti-trans rhetoric, billionaire author J.K. Rowling is now encouraging the public in the UK to photograph people in women's restrooms, potentially targeting anyone who doesn't fit the narrow beauty norms, including transgender women and gender non-conforming cisgender women. Her comments came in a post on Twitter, where Rowling responded to a question about how public restrooms would be policed after a recent UK Supreme Court ruling defined man and women in legal terms as biological sex. Following the ruling, the UK's Equality and Human Rights Commission said trans people should not be permitted to use the bathrooms aligning with their gender. Rowling replied, quote, "Quite easily, really, decent men will stay out, as they always have, so we can assume all who we don't are a threat, given their disregard for women's and girls' safety, privacy, and dignity. Photographing, reporting, and dismantling such men's image online will be a piece of cake," end quote. But photographing people in restaurants is illegal in the UK and dangerous in practice, and harassment has already happened. In March, Phoenix police burst into the restroom to remove a butch lesbian wrongly identified as male. That same month, a 6'4" cisgender woman employee was harassed in a restroom because someone thought she was trans. In January, Rep. Lauren Boebert mistook a 6 woman for being trans in a Capitol restroom and told her, quote, "You shouldn't be here," end quote. The list goes on, and it's a chilling preview of what Rowland's piece of cake policy could unleash. A wave of vigilante harassment against anyone who doesn't conform to rigid, outdated standards of womanhood. For LGBTQ plus Americans, many of whom have long viewed Rowling as a harmful figure, this latest move is more than just rhetoric. It's a call for action that endangers real people in the name of protecting them, right? I mean, that's just pathetic. She's pathetic. You know, all that money, wealth, influence, power, and this is what you decide to do with it. You know, like, what is wrong with people and the lack of empathy nowadays for others? Like, you're literally advocating for harassment of people in a restroom. Like, that's not cool. That's not acceptable. Like, this is dangerous rhetoric. This is harmful to members of our community that just want privacy in a bathroom like that. Yeah. She's shameful. She's shameful.
You know, all I'm waiting for is, you know, all the members of parliament that have to go to the bathroom wearing their big long white wigs.
Right.
Yeah.
When are they going to start getting harassed?
Well said. I mean,
right?
The core of this is like,
yes.
it's well said about everyone. And like in the story's nuts. Like, it's like this in large part, and it's so dangerous. And the thing is, like, it's policing all of us. Like, that is like, it's something that's meant to be a private space, that's meant to be, you know, semi-private space insofar as, like, you know, obviously you shared, it's not a single, but like that is, you imagine that you can just do your business in peace, and that, like, this idea, why do you have this obsession with surveilling and policing people? Yeah. Leave people alone. Like, that no one is doing anything. Like, this rhetoric is just so dangerous because it's so based on falsehoods, and what it does is ultimately make us way more unsafe, all of us.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think we've done over 10,000 stories here at Queer News tonight. I'm pretty sure about 500 of them have been about J.K. Rowling and her attacks against the art community. But there have been absolutely zero stories that we've covered here of trans people in bathrooms attacking or putting or having a sexual act against people in bathrooms. It's called using the restroom, which all individuals deserve the dignity to do. And J.K. Rowling is a piece of trash. I hate that we get to mention her name here on a regular basis, but there have been zero stories that we're protecting. We're not protecting people from anything by allowing people to use the bathroom with the gender which would they identify. I won't say her name, but I will say that she's a despicable heifer, and she's proof that mad cow disease can take human form.
She who will not be named.
She who will not be named.
I can't.
She's the modern day Voldemort.
She wrote it in. That is a big, maybe she, oh my God, that's the story. She identified as.
Yes.
All right. That is a big. You heard it here first. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer, nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.